Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FML FPL. Okay! Welcome to FML FPL Alon.
That's Walsh.
What's up, baby?
We're back, game week 1.
It's just like old times. Points and
Just
the loss of points.
yeah, we're checking off our bingo cards for quests already, losing clean sheets with 1 second left to play.
Yep.
Had got that out of the way with on game week 1, among other things. As a free kicks being chalked off for made up reasons. Game week 1 things. Check it off.
Wood, 2 shots, 2 goals. Check it off.
Classic easy mode. You know, we're back. Tap the sign.
All
FML
the
FPL.
Yep.
Fuck me.
Love
Yep.
it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Felt good to watch games again, though.
That's the best part. That's what we're in it for.
That is the best part.
You get to watch
How
the
are
stuff.
you feeling, babe?
Well, Discord is also just like, it's unreal.
Yeah, we have some new friends in there. We got a lot of action
I
was
think
going
it
on in
was
it this
Jim
weekend.
Toss, new guy who's very active. He was just like something along the lines of this Discord rules. I'm a fucking idiot for not joining years ago. I was just like, oh, that's our fucking slogan. That's our ad campaign right there. Summed up.
Pretty much. So how'd you get on?
Yeah, I did. Let me pull up my team here. I had a good week. We're not going to care about rank or anything because it's dumb as hell. I have 63 points. Only 1 out of my 4 at the back cleaned. You know, Keane was close to a clean today with the Leeds pen late. The Kuiper lost the clean in the 92nd minute or something.
It was like 96.
96th minute, excuse me. Petrovic, I never expected a clean. Fine today.
Got more points than my keeper.
Yeah, many keepers actually. But, you know, Mo Haaland, we both went for Mo Haaland. I guess I should read my team because it's game week 1 and people don't know my team. But, so Petrovic, Dubravka. I started De Kuiper, Porro, and Keane. That's Michael Keane on Everton, the fucking dog shit player who's in.
Are there
both
other
our
Keanes?
teams. I don't know, but like
Roy Keane?
people are probably like, how do you have Keane? And my bench defenders is Senesi and Alderete, my new favorite player, Sunderland monster, 4-pointer on the bench. Midfield 5 are Mo, Verts, Reijnders, Bruno, and Ruder, aka Jorginho. I couldn't find him for a little on the FPL site because it was like, where the fuck is Ruder? But it's Jorginho now. Forwards up top, Haaland and Jimenez, and then I have a 4-5 non-player as last on my bench. But so I was saying Mo Haaland, we both went there. All-time comfort came through as we expected, flying. Plenty of people in our Discord panicking, like, do I wildcard? How quickly do I get rid of Palmer? What am I doing with Saka? Whatever the hell. And we don't have to think about that. So that's
well, I do. I have Palmer.
But you also have Mo and Haaland. So you're fine. You're fine.
I'm fine, but it's the same question.
Okay.
Doesn't feel fine.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, I mean, overall good. I'm happy with my team. I'm happy with my picks. There's nothing, I don't have any huge regrets of like, why the fuck did I have this guy who I hate and sucks? Which is all you're really going for. Here's Team Walsh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Jim is probably the biggest concern.
Yeah, he's on the shortest leash on my team.
Yeah, shortest list as well as the shortest leash. We'll come on to him. But
yes.
Yeah, I got, you were talking about being a D student, bang average C student over here, 54 points, average points 54. I just want to be right in the median first game week,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll read my team out as well. I went with Kelleher, Dubravka combo. Not so great game week 1. Brenham first half, probably the worst half of any team of the weekend, I would probably say, the first half there from Brenham. Curly-headed Irish fuck manager. Didn't really know what was happening.
No,
halftime, maybe some of the assistants got in the ears of some of the players at halftime to tell them what to do.
Yeah,
and they looked
and some subs I think helped the case.
Yeah, some subs helped. Yeah, they were missing Damsgaard and a few others, but
shot it.
Yeah, we're similar defenses. I have De Kuiper and Keane also blanking in the 11. I started Rodon, Joseph,
Let's
tatted legend.
go.
Really, the 7 points today, we're recording on Monday night, were just immense.
Huge.
Really huge. And then I have Truffert and Alderete on my bench. So yeah, I'm getting what I'm paying for here. I've got 3, 4, 5 defenders and 2 4-0s. So we'll see. I got one clean, If I get one clean a week, maybe 2 sometimes, I'm fucking very content here.
Not to even mention DEFCONs. We're relatively close with Keane, and Rodon was also relatively close. You never know when those are just gonna, pop up. So
yeah. And then so I'm 3-4-3. I have Jorginho, Ruder also, Mo, Palmer, Paqueta, and then I have Haaland, Evan Nielsen, and Mateta up top. So I was just farming yellow cards for my strikers this weekend.
Yeah, the snake eyes of Evan Nielsen and Mateta. You hate to see rolling snake eyes there.
Yeah, it's getting yellow cards from your striker is so aggravating because it's always the stupidest fucking thing ever that they do to get it. It's just so dumb, but that's the game we play. Has to be. Yeah, and I captain Mo, obviously. So, yeah, 54. I didn't have Reijnders. I mean, Reijnders was the biggest thing, I guess, of the weekend. Everyone's, clamoring for getting him, and people that have him are geniuses, and people that don't are fucking morons. That's what it feels like.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I take it.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, that's what it feels like. I mean, so 54.
Yeah, and the Reijnders is basically the exact difference between our teams. So, there it is. So May. What month is it? August.
It's not May.
So far. It's not May. It was May last time I typed this in my little thing, but now it's August. The August Mug League leaders, which is another Patreon thing. Everyone gets into the Mug League. The top 3 finished every month. They get mugs in the mail. They get prize mugs in the mail. And there might be a new logo. You might have noticed in your podcast app, there's a little new logo on the scene for us. I guess I'll have to adjust the mug art. I didn't even think of that until right this second, but
I don't think we do.
No, keep it. OG.
No. Yeah, I think it's good.
Well, it has all the, okay and shit. And then there's the logo. Shouldn't that be the new logo?
We'll talk about this off air.
We'll talk about this off air. Anyway, there's a new logo. Get in. The mug leaders so far are Ali Ross, aka Trip Troopers. Hard to say. 100 points. Insane. Aldo Calderon, aka Band of the Hawk, and Daniel Winkler, aka Yoke is Easy. Good job, you guys.
Any of that was, but
I don't know either.
A lot of fragmented and fictitious words in those things.
Yeah, I mean, the Starship Troopers I get, but it's very hard to say Trip Troopers. It's a tongue twisting nightmare.
Yeah.
Let's, what are we going to do here?
Pod for 3 hours
to begin, and
we're gonna pod for 3 hours.
Yeah. I mean, I guess a logical start is Reijnders, City, Haaland. He's so underowned, Haaland, which we talked about in the Gameweek 1 pod that he's half the ownership I think of Mo, still is even after a brace, and then Reijnders obviously came through with the huge points and. They kept it clean. So everyone on City just scored a lot of points. Yeah. Where do we begin here? Haaland good?
Well, yeah. I don't think we need to talk about Haaland. I think the Reijnders is more of an intriguing conversation. He's 5'5", obviously looked like absolute baller in the game. He was easily
unreal.
The best player in the game. Just stitching everything together, popping up in all types of threatening positions, class touch, didn't really make just made the best decision really quickly the whole time, every game, or the whole game, every time the ball came near him. I still have the same concerns that, we had for him preseason, I think is, the minutes over time are going to be very much in question.
Yep.
And also, we're not buying him to hold him for the season. So when we see Rodri with his little setback, and some of the typical players not not looking up to speed, perhaps, Cherky just playing for 5 minutes, and, Kovacic is out and Gundogan's 70 years old. Nico Gonzalez looks like he's just making up numbers. I mean, it feels like he might just play 2,800 minutes in the league this year.
Yeah, which is, we did discuss him for a bit on the Game Week 1 pod, and, it's not just the fee, which is obviously big, but they don't buy anyone without, a relatively big fee. But it's also just like the age profile. This is very not their wheelhouse. Buying a 27-year-old who's like in his peak or maybe even post peak of his athleticism, right? He had a breakout year, but it's like pretty fucking old for a breakout year. They bought him to play. They bought him because they need someone to play. He's really good on the ball. He doesn't require like a lot of touches, which is something that I think we like saw very clearly. It's like all the touches can be Nico Gonzalez and Doku and Bobb, and Reijnders will just end up with the final action or the action before the final action and do it really well. So yeah, he's just popping up on these spots. And also, I mean, Rodri wasn't even on the bench. Obviously Pep is a fraud, but he's like, oh, he's not full fitness, but he'll work. He's not even on the fucking bench. He didn't come on for 10 minutes to build fitness. He was not available for 10 minutes. So
yeah,
who the fuck knows when he's coming back? I mean, it might be Game Week 6. He might start next game. We'll never know.
Well, no, he definitely won't start next game. But
I'm just saying we'll never know. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Game Week 4 is a month away. So, to me, what makes most sense is, we probably won't see him, or maybe he'll make a little cameo in Game Week 3 or something. And then, they're going to probably work towards Game Week 4. I mean, we know how Pep does this. Like, he looks at chunks of seasons and gets players ready for chunks of seasons. So he might just sing Reijnders right now and be like, okay, he's ready to go right now. This is going to be him. We'll put Rodri in October, and then we'll do this and that. But yeah, with Reijnders, it's just, he ticks a lot of the boxes.
He does.
It's just, and he's 5'6" now. I mean, he's so fucking cheap.
I mean, the other biggest thing is Nico played Rodri's role. Reijnders had nothing to do with the Rodri role. Nico just played he probably played 100 fucking passes. I don't have it in front of me that game. And Reijnders just ran around everywhere. He just floats
he basically
around.
Was just free roll, just find the game wherever it is, and he was just doing everything similar to. I mean, I want to also just shout Bobb out. I mean, I thought Bobb
was unreal. I thought they were the two best players, Bobb and Reijnders.
Definitely.
Haaland gets the brace. Obviously, he's fucking Haaland.
It doesn't matter.
But
he does the same thing every game.
But
Bobb
were unreal,
was unbelievable. And Bobb was just incredible. Like he's Savinho, like 50 times better than both of them right now.
Yeah. Oh,
that performance, like neither of them have that in their locker. And he was also just accelerating and slowing down just like superbly at just the right moments. And, Cherky came on really late and scored the goal. So, I mean, moving forward, the other aspect too, just to make a remark about this game, is that it was really, really well set up for City in the way that Wolves were playing.
Yes.
I mean, Wolves were just like really open. Like there was just a lot of space on the pitch. They were pressing. They were really all over the place. So there was just a lot. This was not Wolves. I feel like people like have a misconception, just think of Wolves like, oh, they're really negative. And Vitor, he's like almost trying to play like Iraola or something, like Bournemouth play. So, they're not just parking a bus like Frank is going to do this weekend. So, it remains to be seen what Reijnders is going to do in that kind of situation. And, there's still, the one thing I was going to also say about Reijnders is like, people are talking about taking the Gundo role, and, Gundo in years past. We've never had this City player in this questionable position at 5'5".
It's crazy. It's crazy.
He's 5'6". Usually the players
the risk
8.
outlay feels so low. Yeah, I feel like those Gundo seasons
6'5",
he was
7,
7'5" even.
Yeah, 7'5".
Yeah,
8. I mean, let me check Gundo. Yeah, 7'5". He was 7'5". He was 5. He was 5'5" the one year he had the 13 goals.
Okay, so it was the first
year.
time he broke out, and then he was never 5'5" again. Yeah,
and then he was 7'5". So, I mean, that's where with Reijnders, like for me, I was looking real. Like I messaged you like 5 times over the course of.
Well, let's talk this out though, because you were considering Pack to Rain. I don't know if that's obvious who I'm talking about. Paqueta to Reijnders. You ended up holding your ground, not doing it. What's the thinking there? Because I think everyone in our Discord, which probably means everyone in the world, was thinking like, am I ripping out my 6 or 6.5 or 7 million mid for Reindeers right now?
Yeah, I decided to hodl and diamond hands with pack. I mean,
Diamond
I think
hands.
the more I was considering, okay, so multifaceted. We'll talk about pack in a moment, but with reindeer specifically, I just don't feel like there's such an insane amount of urgency because I'm not getting price out of this player.
Yeah,
So
never.
yeah, so I can just wait. Like I want to see how they play against Spurs.
Yeah.
Like he might do nothing. Like they might play a bus and he's just playing some side passes.
Yeah.
And City struggle. You know, I'm like, okay, like I can still bide my time and wait on this and look at other places in my team.
Yeah, he might be a counterattack player and we just don't know yet.
Yeah, or he just needs space, or when there isn't space, he's playing deeper and then he's just doing nothing for FPL. So like I had just questions of like, it would be nice to see another game. Obviously, I wish I started with him. Obviously, if it was a 0 free transfer, I could just push the button without using to do it. But I also think that Pack is maybe a better hold than Reuter on my team, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Reuter's playing out of position, I mean, he ticked one box and that was it. He's playing out of position, which I don't even know if it's good for his FPL value.
Yeah,
but he's not on pens. We have O'Reilly there. And he subbed early, and I don't know. Like I don't know if this is a good pick. Like it feels like a bad pick.
I mean,
he's playing Everton.
I would never say he's nailed. Like next game could be O'Reilly Welbs, and we're just like, oh fuck, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, they play at Everton, which is going to be a joke of a game, as we saw what Everton are capable of opening their new ground next week. It'll probably be more of the same. City, like at Bournemouth, is a good game for Reuter. Probably Spurs, Chelsea. I mean, so I was also I was focused on Paqueta, but then I was like, well, wait a minute. I think Paqueta's just better than Reuter. So then it would probably be the Reuter transfer, not Paqueta.
Yeah.
And you know what? I still might do it.
Yeah.
I could still do it. Saturday's
missing
far
the
away.
Price rise is not the end of the fucking world.
Yeah.
Who cares? Yeah.
But it's also one of those kind of things where, the game week 1 bandwagon, every year it's someone different. Like I remember it was Chilwell a couple of years ago and when he played out of position one game, and maybe it was game week 2 or something like that. But I mean, it just feels like the momentum of the motion going with City is like every week I'm going to be like, okay, so is this the week I get reindeers? Like, the game week 2 pass. Yeah. I'm like, oh, is it this week? Oh, is it this week when everyone else is just sitting there profiting, counting their money? Well, I'm just like, oh, is it? Maybe I'll do it this week.
Yeah.
So it's still an open jury, but I have definitely switched the gaze of my eye off of Pack onto Reuter for the spot for reindeers.
Okay. Yeah, I want to hear about that in a little bit, but reindeers very good. 5-5 Bobb, also very good. I just wanted to add 2 things with Bobb. I mean, one, didn't see 90 minutes coming. That was surprising to me, and he was incredible the entire game.
And he made 5 subs.
He made 5 subs.
Or whatever.
He had
subbing
take-ons. He had passes, creative passing. He had dribbles. He had everything. He was also their main outlet. The other thing is there was a thing where it was some Anfield Rap episode. Maybe it was like a City preview or something like that. And he was saying he was in the ground and he asked some like trainer or some shit, someone who's worked at City for a long time, like, what's the deal with Palmer? Like, how did you miss that badly on someone so good? And his answer was just Bobb. He was just, Bobb is just the better prospect. So they wanted to keep Bobb and they didn't have minutes there for Palmer, which to me is like, oh, holy shit. And then the last thing is they're trying to sell Savia. And that felt insane. 5 days ago, it was like, oh my God, they're giving up on Savia. He's good and he's young and whatever. And now you're just like, oh, that's probably why. Bobb is just like, buying. It's incredible.
Yeah, and they can't sell Doku. He's fucking dog shit. Yeah. So it's got to be Sav.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Bobb's better than Palmer, honestly. I mean, I've seen almost enough.
It's been one game.
Seriously. No, but I mean, the profiles are a little bit different, but they are also similar in a lot of aspects. Like Bobb just can do things that Palmer can't. He's just so much more athletic. He's so much faster. Like,
but you're talking about Palmer, who's like 100 goals and assists in 2 seasons.
He's just a floaty boy. He's just a floaty, fine space
Still
boy.
valuable.
Like, that's valuable, but Bobb can take a game over. I mean, Palmer cannot do do it in
He
the
can
same.
take a game over. I've seen him take many games over.
I haven't seen it for about a year, but it's in a different way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bobb, I think Bobb is gonna. There's definitely a world where it's Bobb. It's Bobb and Reijnders and Haaland.
And Haaland.
Like
that's what I was kind of leaning towards. I mean,
yeah.
Listen, they also kept it clean, so we shouldn't, poo-poo the fact that they have 5-0 Trafford all of a sudden might be a keeper.
They should not have. They should not have.
I agree. They let up plenty of counters, and Strand had plenty of shots, and they shouldn't have. Yeah. But 5-0 Trafford all of a sudden is like, hello. That might be something. No one expected him to start. Ederson might be gone. He might be in Turkey getting a hair transplant.
Yeah, but then they're going to just get Donnarumma.
Maybe, or they're just happy with Traff. I mean, they bought him for a reason, right? I don't think they just bought him to be a backup. Maybe I'm wrong,
Who
but
knows? Who knows?
And then Rand was a popular pick too, and everyone thought he'd be really attacking, myself included, but he wasn't. But he ended up getting DEFCON. It's like the best of both worlds. It's like if he's deep, he'll DEFCON. If he gets forward, he's really good attacking. So just shout out to those guys. They're still good.
Yeah, I'm definitely skeptical. I mean, the role for Aït-Nouri was very unfortunate attacking. So I'm definitely skeptical that if this happens again, he's just going to fucking shit DEFCONs. I think in watching the games this week, my takeaway with DEFCONs is just they're going to be so fucking random.
Yeah, I mean, that was game
state.
We had questions about that.
Yeah, like it's just going to be so game state dependent, opposing personnel dependent, opposing teams plan dependent. And like what the tactics are.
Yeah.
Like to think that, Aït-Nouri when he's not attacking that much is going to get 15 DEFCONs. Like that's going to happen I don't think that's going to happen again the rest of the year.
Right.
So I think we need to be a little bit careful.
The other team to focus on the one side that the guy's on. Like we saw with the Community Shield, right? Everything was flipped on its head in that Liverpool Palace game. It was like, Guéhi's getting everything and Lacroix's getting nothing. And then first game of the season, Lacroix got everything.
Right.
And I mean, that was FPL Tower's intern's question, was thoughts on the value of DEFCON so far. And then Brian said it seems dumb and boring to get 5-6 million center backs that could churn out DEFCONs over the 4 or 5 wing backs. But do you think it's a smart move this year? And yeah, listen, I kind of had a similar take to you. I mean, I was surprised how few DEFCONs there were, even though, like, obviously, overall, like some of the guys that everyone expected, Tarko and Van Dijk, and I can't think of others, whatever, got what we expected them to get. But there was like 0 to 2 per team. Like a lot of teams just had none. It's just like, get fucked.
Yeah.
And like,
they have 8 was the highest number.
Yeah, and Bruno got 11, and other attackers got 10, or other midfielders got 10 or 11, and just didn't hit the number. And it's just like it's complete random luck if they're gonna get it or not. It feels like.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely after a month or two have probably a list of about 6 or 7 center backs that are pretty reasonably reliably doing it based on just the way the team plays. But I mean, even then, right? We were talking about NFO from last season. I mean, Maria was just, Brenham didn't play for a half, so that might be a misconception, but he got, he didn't get a lot, and Milinkovic didn't get too many, but
5 and 8 respectively for those two.
Yeah, but Milinkovic got more,
Aina's
right?
the only defender that got it. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're just targeting this corner instead of the pitch or whatever. It's it's going to be tough, but it's just going to be really, I think, randomized. And for midfielders, 12 is just such a high number. Like 12 is so many. So, I mean, we're going to probably usually have weeks like this where we get, maybe there's 5 midfielders in the entire landscape that hit 12, right?
Yeah, I mean, how many?
That's probably going to be about, it's probably going to just be about that. Like 12 is just
10 midfielders hit it in game week 1. But you have to take that with a grain of salt because no one's going to own Tavernier. No one's going to own, fucking Andre on Wolves. No one is going to own Onana on Villa. There's a lot of just non-picks. Colin on Burnley, Caicedo for 5-5 on Chelsea. There's no one's going to own any of those. The only ones that sort of thread the needle of like they attack and they also might get DEFCONs are Odegaard. Basically, of all these players, it's just Ode got 14 somehow. I don't know. Arsenal were bad. That's how. And then, you look down the list a little of guys who just missed it. I mean, I mentioned Bruno, Elliot Anderson also got 11, Sarr got 10. So there's gonna be guys who are close, but it's just not gonna be consistent. And they basically have no control.
Anderson's threading the needle.
He was
attacking
good.
a lot.
Yeah,
He was really good.
Yeah.
That game, that game's so hard to judge. I think it just has to be thrown out because they're not going to face a team that bad again until they play Scott Parker.
Yeah, that was insane. Yeah, it was really
bad.
Was
crazy.
But yeah, of the cheap guys, I guess Sarr and Anderson were the standouts of guys with attack and stuff who could DEFCON. But
but Sarr's not going to have his Sarr's not going to have his place for that long. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. And I mean, Haaland's just. I mean, I think the Haaland conversation needs to be wrapped up.
Talk about him because
I think it needs to be wrapped up with Palmer because the fact that Palmer is in 61% of the teams. 61% owned.
Oh my
English
God.
Beef.
What is that?
It's Cole Palmer. 61% owned.
Oh, and Ladro's
Cole
53% owned. Everyone's just Chelsea elite god tier attack have to get these two players. Is that what I'm seeing here?
I mean, if you win the World Cup, you have to represent. If you're going to wear a fucking huge gold circle patch on your chest, you have to have some of their players, if not as many as you can possibly fit. That is an abomination, by the way. And everyone was Discord was saying they're going to wear that shit for 4 fucking years. Do you know that?
Sorry, what?
They're going to wear it for 4 years because it's the World Cups every 4 years.
Oh my.
That's a 4-year gold patch. Boom.
I hope they defend their title 4 years from now. I hope they completely fail and all of the Todd's buys are a nightmare and they're a joke team. And then 4 years from now they defend their title.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
No, it's a madness. But I mean, so basically everyone had decided that they want Palmer and not Haaland. I mean, that's the question, right? And people choose Palmer. You're fucking insane if you think that that's correct. That's all I can say.
I get where they're coming from because they're looking at last year's points and the year before's points and saying
Palmer hasn't scored an open play goal in 20 games.
Yeah, they're looking at the points though, and they're saying Palmer's going to outscore or equal Haaland. Like that's just what he's done and what he's proven to us. And we're sitting here saying Chelsea fell off the face of the planet in the second half of last season. Haaland and City had the worst year they've had since Pep got there 8 fucking years ago. I expect a bounce back. We're talking a big game though, but Wolves, aforementioned space, Saw is bad, made 0 saves. I'm not scared of Palmer at West Ham, who are also a fucking joke.
This is the same thing. It's been 20 games since he scored a goal in open play in the league.
Is that true? Oh, in the league.
17, literally 17. I think it was 17 is the number running.
That's
literally 17. So, I mean, we say this and I'm like having PTSD and I'm like, why did I get him? Like, what am I doing here?
Well, I know that was Derek's joke of like, how did Walsh end up on Palmer and Alon ended up on Bruno? It's like an opposite world. Yeah.
I mean, he and Chelsea just pick right up where they left off. They can't create anything. Yeah. They change a couple players. Gittins was fucking invisible. Ladro was marked out of the game. He didn't do anything. And they're just like wall passing to each other and doing absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Their 3 respectable chances all came off of like weird bouncing balls in the like 80 or like 70th minute or later from Estevao and Santos. There was no Ladro and Palmer, like their first 11 basically created no good chances. I was looking at Palmer and his stats earlier. He had 4 shots. 3 of them were blocked and 1 was off target. All of them were 0.05 XG or lower.
Yeah, it's just like shooting from half court. I mean, or further away, I guess probably players in the NBA can make shots from half court, but Neto's just a huge issue. Like he can't do anything but counterattack.
You have to sell Madueke to enable Neto.
Yeah.
That's really what they decided.
Yeah. I mean, Estevao looks like he needs to be playing every game because he can actually take players on. And he will very quickly, but
yeah, I think he will.
I mean, Neto's just a problem, but more to the problem is just fucking bald fuck just doesn't give a shit about creating chances. Like
Yeah.
he genuinely doesn't give a shit about creating chances. They never do it. And they haven't been doing it for 8 months. Like it's nothing's changed. Nothing has changed at all. And it's just a damning indictment on the team. And I don't have any reason to believe that it's going to change.
Well, here's another problem. I know everyone in the fucking world, except basically me, hates Nico Jackson. How many goals? Yeah, and how many goals has Ladro scored in open play in the last 2 years for Brighton? 5 and 5.
Yeah,
that's their starting striker.
Yeah.
He can't even score 2 years combined what Nico will score in 1 year. Like, he's not some... he's classy, and he's good and cool. But he's not like some prolific goal scorer that they added on top, and they're just like so quick to like sell Nico. We have Ladro and Liam Delap. Like, everything's fine, guys. It's just like spending all this money, making sales and buys and whatever, and the team's just kind of like worse somehow.
I think it's the tactics. I mean, to me, it's like if you put Slot managing this team, like they're amazing.
They'll find a way to create chances.
They would be amazing. Yeah. I mean, I think Ladro on paper would work. I mean, there were also opportunities where I think there were probably about 3 times when Palmer was just the pass, and they just don't pass to him, like in the box. Like the guy does a selfish, stupid, fucking dumbass thing, like Neto shoots or some idiot shoots. And who was also getting into threatening positions, playing strike again? Their left back. Why are we doing this? Like, hey, guess what? Let's not create for Mark Cucurella. Like, let's not do that ever, because he
all
fucking
game
sucks.
Is in the box. It was
the whole
crazy.
game is in the box. He's terrible. He is fucking terrible.
Yeah, I like didn't watch it live, but on the highlights, like every single Chelsea attack, he was just in the box.
It's like, let's clear out. Let's keep our midfielders out of the. Let's get our left back right in the box to create for him. So it was just so shocking that they were doing this for months to end the season last year, and it was so bad and dreadful and dross, and they were just right back. They didn't create a chance. They didn't create one chance the whole fucking game.
That's what I was saying.
We were sitting back. Like, we were sitting back.
Chances, like, good in air quotes, were like Esteval weird bouncing ball off of 5 guys that he pounces on and takes like a left-footed shot while running away from goal. And the other one was Andre Santos, a midfielder who's never played for the fucking team, in the 94th minute. Just some like cutback that he skied because he's Andre Santos.
It's bad. So I mean, they play Western, who also
Western
may not talk about.
They might get relegated. Yeah.
I don't believe that to be the true, but they're in bad shape. But I just have no confidence. I have no confidence in this Chelsea team turning it around or doing anything other than just kind of doing this, like being maybe defensively solid because they play with a bunch of defenders.
Yeah.
And they're just compact and they suppress, but they don't do anything going forward of note. I feel like it has to be the other team actually self-destructing for Chelsea to do anything.
Just like completely overcommitting and just like
doing something crazy. Otherwise, Chelsea just shouldn't ever be able to like win a game. I don't know how they win a game against a competent opponent. How are they going to be Fulham? There's no chance. They can't fucking be Fulham. Fulham will either just draw or just beat them because they're a better team. Like, they have way worse players, but they're a better team.
I don't know if there's a bigger fraud in the league than Enzo Maresca. Like, honestly, when you compare the amount of talent at his disposal and how much they underperform that talent, it's fucking crazy. And they ended the season.
I wanted them to fire him last year at the end of the season.
We talked about this at the end. Like, all of their attacking numbers just went down the shitter, while the defensive control stuff improved a little. So, Bobb ended with some cleans and, they won some games and whatever, but they didn't turn into Arsenal where they're just like conceding no shots. Well, except this week. We'll talk about Arsenal in a bit, but like they didn't turn into last year's Arsenal that are conceding no shots. They just turned into a team that doesn't attack or shoot ever.
And they lost this game because it was 1-0. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, the gay push, the great push heard around the
rule
world.
That has literally never been called in the history of the game because it never happened first time.
Yeah,
it was for everything.
Yeah, I don't know why that's. I don't want to talk about refs. You know what? Cancel whatever I was in about it to say. I don't want to talk about fucking VAR. Okay. But yeah, Chelsea's a problem. I mean, Al asked, Kukurea is playing very advanced against Palace. Could he have the potential to be best pick in the game?
No.
Ironically, I think yes. Because I don't think Enzo will change the tactics to this team. I think this will not be the last 0-0 they have all season, where they just control and they have a lot of guys back and they take no risks and they just clean. I think they might just like run into a bunch of cleans because they play this style. And, you know, he is really attacking. You know, I don't think it's impossible.
I just can't accept that.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, the other thing with their defenders is like there's going to be 4 or 5 starters, I guess. So like you wouldn't choose him over them. Yeah. Achapong, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we can move on. We got a lot of questions about forwards. I think the sort of like second or third forward for a lot of teams were very varied, and after 1 week, everyone's kind of panicking. So Wood to start. I mean, Bolter said, "Is Bowen to Wood the easiest transfer of my life?" Gavi said, "Is João Ladro to Wood too reactionary?" And Chris said, "Is bringing in Wood a knee-jerk reaction or just correcting my mistake?" Has anything changed?
I mean, yeah, it's you know, we could just run some fucking clip from Gameweek 20 from last year, but at this point, I would wait until after Gameweek 4 to buy Wood, because at Palace is horrendous,
really
a horrendous fixture for Chris Wood. If he scores against us at home, I will fucking kill myself. It would be like,
don't say that. Please don't say that.
I mean, if it's a pen, it's a pen. But in open play,
he's probably going to score. I have really bad news for you.
It's so hard to imagine. And then he has at Arsenal Game Week 4, and then home West Ham in Game Week 3, when they're probably also going to rock up with 3 center. Like, he's just facing 3 center backs, Saliba and Gabriel in the next 3 games. None of these are good. Like, I'm sorry, but broken corner, falling to him, scoring. I mean, this shit is not going to keep happening. It just can't keep happening. It cannot keep happening this way.
Probably sounds really insane and stupid. I am fully aware of that. But let me just also say, it did stop happening last season. And that's why they didn't make the fucking Champions League. So don't give me this shit of like, he's inevitable. It's not going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. It stopped for 2
like
months or 3
10
months.
10 game weeks.
10 games in a row
or something.
He was worthless and didn't give them first shot, first goal, and they get to play with a lead. And they fell apart. So, you know, I'm not having it. 2 shots, 2 goals.
Does it feel bad not having him?
Oh, of course.
Because we talked about Wood
include
a lot.
him in the GIF? Yes.
Yeah.
Because he fucking owns us. But yeah, I think it's too reactionary. I agree.
But it feels bad.
It
still feels
very bad. And then 2 other forward questions. Dean Naylor said, "What do I and all the other safety first Muppets do with Danny Welbeck? Second safest option in that range, Jim. Doesn't seem so safe either." And then Bovan said, "Is Thiago a pick? I didn't watch the game, but with penalties, he sounds interesting. Or are Brentford going to be shit all season without Frank, Bumo, and Wissa?"
Yeah, I mean, if you have Welbs, straight to Thiago. That's the easiest, most nailed transfer. I would immediately do that for sure.
Yep.
I mean, Thiago in open play was very sus, to say the least, but they're going to get better. Their players were missing.
Their team was so bad that I almost feel like you can't judge the striker.
It's hard.
Who obviously needs service. I mean, everyone who's listening to this has watched a fucking soccer game in their lives. Thiago needs service. He's just a big guy who chills in the box, and it was impossible for him to get the ball or get a shot.
Yeah, I mean, Damsgaard's going to come in. Shada's going to come in. They're probably going to buy.
Ouattara's going to come in.
Yeah, Django's going to come in.
3 enormous upgrades already.
I mean, Henderson, I don't know why Henderson didn't start. That was insane. So Henderson should be starting. I mean, they're going to be looking better. 6 million on pens on that team. Like, great pick. He's just a great pick. So
Home
he's
Villa
definitely
at
the one.
Sunderland next two are very fine, very solid games.
He's just a good pick. He's going to get points all year. He'll be fine.
I feel like I can't emphasize this enough. I feel so strongly that replacing KLP, Malambo, who's never played and got ripped off at half because he was fucking awful, and Carvalho, who should have gotten ripped off at half because he's also fucking awful. Replacing those three with, in order, Dango, Damsgod, and fucking Shada. Yeah. With Hendo behind, but those attacking three, that's revolutionizes his team. It's a completely different team.
Yeah, no, they're going to be okay in a few weeks. I think I feel pretty good about that.
I'm considering Jim to Thiago.
I think you should just do that. I don't think you should be waiting to do that.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think there's upside with Jim.
Jim was fine. Jim was everything that he was last year. Right? He played.
He's
65.
blanking 2 more times though before Leeds. You know he is.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is like he's fine, and also his ceiling is 75 minutes, and also Muniz subbed on and got the winner.
Yeah, Muniz could start next game.
Terrific about Jim starting all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, Muniz can just start next game, and you're fucking boned, and you're like, oh,
so
thank God I have 2 frees to use one of them to do to Thiago after Jim gets me 1 point, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was very like, I want to just chill. I like my team. My team is good. And at the same time, just making 0.5 right there for a better pick it's just ridiculous. Like it just feels like so auto. I'd rather roll, but I actually feel like it's stupid.
Yeah, it is stupid. I agree. I'm with you on that.
I think the only world where it really blows up in my face is Vissa stays and September 1st, he just starts and Thiago's not a starter, which I think would happen.
I don't agree. I think they would play next to each other. Like they don't have Thiago money of what they spent last year to just bench him. Like and say like you're not starting because we have Wissa and these other guys. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that.
I think they would start Shada, Damsgod, Ouattara, who was also 40 million, and Vissa would be up top.
Yeah, but I mean, Wissa's also just from him staying feels like it's a 2%er.
Did you see his Instagram antics?
Yeah, I read that.
The
only other aspect to it is if you wanted to not go down and go up, if you wanted to, go to a different striker from Jim and wait a week. If there was
are there other guys I'm not considering that I should be? I mean,
I think Mateta and Evan Nielsen are both really good.
Mateta and Evan Nielsen are good.
I'm sitting here with both of them, but yeah.
And we haven't talked about Ekatike, who's just, goal assist, no problem. He's playing great.
I think that the Isak is going to get announced this week, the day
After
of the announcement that you have to submit.
Yeah.
No, I think it's like the Thursday or 2 days before or something that you have to submit the team, and then they're ineligible. I think there's some like bureaucratic thing, and there's something like that where it's like if you can't register them this late, so then they can't play the next week with a transfer. So I think they're waiting for that to pass. But I just don't really want to spend too much time talking about Ekatike because I think the Isak is going to happen, and that's going to render him
it's too risky. You're saying basically, yeah.
I mean,
I think that's probably right.
Yeah. But I mean, if it doesn't happen, then we could talk about Ekatike.
And then what do we do with Rich too?
I think that it's just going to kind of cannibalize with Solanke.
With Dom? You think he'll just rotate, or is he just going to play the guy he prefers, which genuinely could be Rich?
Either way, you're not bringing him into your team. That's just how I see it. Like, I don't think you can gamble with one of your 11 spots on that. Like, when we know historically Dom is better than Rich.
The guy. And then, But and it's one of those things where like he has no allegiance. So maybe he prefers Rich's, chaos and pressing and stuff. But yeah, this early, it's a risk that's like not worth taking. But like he looked fucking great. And this is the other thing though. He's 6'5". Like we don't have to jump so early on these cheap guys because we're not like, oh shit. Like if I don't get rid of this other pick I have that's like kind of bad for this guy who might be great at 6'5", So we can wait a couple weeks or a few weeks, but until we have more clear data or more team sheets where Frank is like, no, I actually just think Rich is better than Solanke and I'm picking him ahead of him. Yeah.
I think that Solanke is going to just take the spot back, and Rich does run hot and cold and is very streaky.
Very much.
So, I mean, he does a bike and he does, but, he's also has games where he just doesn't show up and he gets subbed on 60 because he wasn't doing anything. So,
yeah,
I just still think that it's Solanke's spot and he's going to come back into it.
Yeah, I mean,
proven otherwise.
I wasn't really considering Rich for my team, but he felt like a name worth mentioning because obviously they easily win 3-0 and Rich was fucking great. But it was also Burnley, who, everyone, including us, expects to be the worst team in the league.
Yeah, they are. What about Ollie?
Oof. That's a stinker. That's someone you're sitting in your team saying, I made this pick to be like safe and hold him, and I'm already thinking of immediately ejecting him from the squad, right?
Why does Good Ebenings only play with 2 attackers every game? It's so insane.
Well, you ask him. He's been very successful with that. So, it's hard to say like, you're a fucking idiot, don't do that. He's won 18 Europa Leagues. But I mean, there was someone, I can't remember who in our Discord who was like, something that we talked about last season, like stuck in his head about Ollie, which is just Emery parks when his team takes the lead. Obviously, he parked after the red card too. It just limits his ceiling. It just limits his ceiling so much. There's those freak games that Ollie has like once a season where like he gets like 2 assists, 2 goals in some like weird open, Brighton game or some shit. But for the most part, you're expecting like 1 return. And he's a great fucking player. And Villa are a solid team. But 9 million, you want more than that, I think. I'm just pretty sure you want more than that.
Yeah, I mean, he's so reliant on the 1 return with bonus games to continually trickle. Right. I mean, he's kind of like the forward version. Yeah, and I mean, we're looking at Saka potentially off pens for Gyak, which was dropping today.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
All the Swedish people are all Swedish and all over the
was
place.
Was that real?
Yeah, actual real. It was very real. Okay. But I mean, I think that's like a really appropriate comp of Ollie is a forward version of what Saka is in midfield if Saka didn't have pens. Like where it's, you're looking at a double return is a unicorn almost. He's just like a single returner. And then they're relying on bonus points and 9 million, you're just like, oh God, like how are we not finding better use of our money than that?
Yeah.
And you're not capping him, and it's so frustrating and infuriating to watch the team because they're just so negative and pessimistic. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's obviously going to probably get points this game.
He'll get points.
He's playing Brenham this week away, revenge game.
Gets points, just like Jared Bowen consistently gets points. Yeah. And we might be wrong. We probably are fucking wrong. But usually I just think you can find similar enough points for a drastically cheaper player. I just think it's worth it. I just don't want to pay 9 for his, 190 points or whatever when, Thiago is going to get
probably not 190,
160 or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, basically what you're saying is like you'd rather not have to dumpster dive in the other spots in your team and try and bank something consistent with a low ceiling as Watkins, as when you could get some, like that's the spot you want to play with.
Exactly.
And you want to get someone more consistent like Mo or Haaland. I'm not going to say Palmer because he doesn't score goals in open play, but like someone like Mo or Haaland, or Bruno, right? Like Bruno
that's basically
has a chance
the bottom
of 200
line, right?
plus. Yeah.
It's like if you just sort the forwards by price and you look beyond Bowen, there's fucking 12 picks there. And I'm not even exaggerating. There's legitimately like 12 guys you could reasonably have in your team. And when you dumpster dive in other spots, there aren't. There's, Reijnders is fucking genius, great pick. Who the fuck else do you want who's 5'5"? Other than maybe like Bobb. But it's like Bobb, Elliot Anderson, and Sarr are like the best picks. And it's like, well, this doesn't feel great. As soon as Reijnders is drop, I'm like, I want the fuck out of the price bracket.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I want O'Reilly.
Yeah. Oh yeah?
Yeah, I do.
I'm worried about nailedness.
Yeah.
Hurtsler.
Wait till the window shuts.
Yeah, because he might go to like Juve or something too. But
yeah, I mean, I thought he was
Hurtsler,
I thought he was awful in the game. I don't know.
Yeah, Hurtsler, and also my Tony Bloom theory of just he wants all the minutes distributed. Everyone to play 2,500 minutes so he can sell people at cut rates or not the opposite of cut rates. What about Liverpool, guys? I mean, so Ekitike, we're still, I mean, great for people who started with him, right? Like, you're going to get 2 weeks of a great pick and maybe more. But for people bringing him in, it just feels too short term. But what about like Mo, Verts, Liverpool defense looking bad as we kind of expected it to be bad?
Yeah.
And Bournemouth too. I mean, that was just a crazy first game of the season.
Yeah, I mean, Bournemouth look like they're just going to be fine, same as they always are. Yeah, totally normal. I mean, Doak's going to come in and give them a little space. But yeah, I mean, Scott was good. I mean, they're fine. Truefair looked fine. Evan Nielsen had a tough game matchup-wise, but he played, I think, well. And Semenyo.
Yeah, I thought Truefair was better than fine, by the way. I mean, I know he got literally 0 points. I just thought his passing and crossing was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to see him playing a different game. Yeah, I mean, he was good against. I mean, Mo didn't have too much joy on his wing, and we'll see where that goes. But yeah, and Diakite, whatever, he looked fine. And I mean, Senesi looked like the worst player on the team them by a lot.
I'm like sitting here with Senesi being like, I hope they don't buy another guy because
even though he got 5,000
really bad.
He was really bad. So no, I mean, Bournemouth have a couple question marks, but. From Liverpool standpoint, yeah, I mean, Mo is just like great as always is. I mean, Gakpo is really bad, and then he did the goal on the cutting, going from left to right.
Absolute classic Gakpo game. I think it's like one of the most classic Gakpo games. As soon as me and you DMing on the side are like, dude, fucking Gakpo, then awful. Dong.
Yeah.
That's like the minute he scored every time.
It's like every time he gets the ball, he gives it to the other team for 50 minutes, and then all of a sudden
he scores.
And Verts, I think, is interesting because he's tough because he's such a floaty boy, but also the volume wasn't really there, and it was a really weird game. So it's a first game, so there's a lot of time, but at 8-5, I'm just worried that he doesn't have that many boxes ticked. Look, this team fucking sucks at corners. Like Liverpool was shitty at corners last year.
Good center backs at heading the corners, but the deliveries are always bad also. And I don't think Verts, overtook that. I don't know why McAllister or Sobo aren't just on every corner. They're so good at free kicks.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, with Verts, it's like, I don't know. I'm very unsure about what to make of him because I could see him IRL doing so much stuff, but from an FPL standpoint, like he could have had I'm sure he's going to have some games kind of similar to like what Reijnders had this last game where it's like, holy shit, like Verts fucking took that game over and he did so much sick shit and he was awesome. And he did all these output things. And then he's going to have games like this where it's like, Areola was clear, he's playing a fucking manager. He's out, he's like, oh shit, like I gotta shut this guy down, or else we're gonna get really ass fucked. And they did, like they just did. He didn't have that much space, like he didn't influence the game that much. He had like 1/2 chance. So 8-5. I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not certain that he'll come through. I'm still very much like hold. The Liverpool attack looks as advertised. The defense also looks as advertised. Like we mentioned, like they're going to have to win every game 3-2. And that basically came true exactly. He's still creating the most chances, like passing the most into the box, like all that kind of stuff. Will that lead to points and bonus and stuff that I expect? We'll see. But he was also very close on DEFCON. So it's like he might just be a fucking tease who never actually materializes into a good pick. And he might also be a great pick. And I just feel like I don't know yet.
And it's going to be tough because your nerve is going to be tested because he's got
Newcastle,
and then Arsenal, and then the break. So, I mean, at Newcastle, I don't think is that bad. But if you think that he's never going to get kicked more in a game in his life than he is about to get at St. James Park on Monday night. Like
Arsenal might top it off, but
but I mean, I don't even think they're gonna. I mean, Tonali, Joelinton's, like they're gonna be going, and Bruno Guimaraes, they're gonna be going insane, killing everybody. They're all gonna get booked, and it's gonna be brutality. So
I mean,
he's got a couple tough games. That's what we were talking about, like the stress, right, on the Bournemouth. I mean, Gakpo. Thank God for Gakpo owners, he scored, but if Gakpo blank too, you're looking at like you're down the barrel, right?
There was every world that like Gakpo blanks gets ripped off at 65, and then everyone's like complete panic mode. What did I do? I made a really big mistake. But yeah, I mean, the Newcastle. We'll talk more about like specifically game week 2. I think on the Thursday pod. But
yeah,
the way Liverpool defense can't defend transitions against this Newcastle team, I mean, it might be fucking 4-4. Like, it's going to be a track meet, and no one's going to stop anyone. So, if you have Mo and, great piss air game, great Elanga game. Like, if you have these guys...
I don't know if there's a great Elanga game.
I thought he played well. I think he's going to work out. No, I'm serious. I think he's going to work out great.
Oh my God.
I'm serious. I'm actually dead serious. But yeah, I think Elanga, Gordon are good picks. I think, Mo, Gakpo versus Ekitike are all going to get fucking chances, and it's just going to be a wild ass game on Monday night. But yeah, okay. What other games are talking about here?
Well, I mean, before we talk about games, I guess we could just talk about the Discord for a second and just how good it is.
Oh my God. I'm hard from that transition. That was unbelievable.
If you're still listening to this podcast, fucking hour in, and we're just rambling about random players, you will enjoy the Discord.
Yes.
Because we just talk about shit all day, every day.
It's like fun. This plus hundreds of other people. It's just talking about everything.
We also pod again on Thursday, and if you're listening to this and you like it and you're not on our Patreon, you will not get to listen to this again on Thursday.
You'll hear 5 minutes and then you will get cut off.
That's a bad job by you. And you're going to be listening to worse FPL podcasts than this one, not laughing, not having fun, instead of just paying fucking $5 a month. I know you're not that poor listening. That's like... a cup of coffee. You're fine.
If you have a podcast app, you can surely afford a $5 a month because that means you have a smartphone.
You might as well be a rich person.
Yeah, that's
and if you're a rich person, you should give us money.
I agree with that.
We need it.
We need it to keep the pod going.
Oh God, it got worse. It just got worse.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay,
I think we did it.
Let's stop. Let's stop.
Did a good job. Man United Arsenal. What a nightmare game.
Yeah, I mean, was it that much of a nightmare?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty bad. I mean, Arsenal are just like a caricature of themselves in that game.
They are. Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. They're disgusting. Arteta's a disgusting person, I think.
Yes, absolute. The most perverted of perverted. And he is just Jose, like post-peak Jose Mourinho all over again, where if this guy doesn't win a trophy again, what's the fucking point? Because this is just a nightmare.
That's the thing is, I mean, you put up with it with Jose because he actually won a trophy every year.
Yeah, he wins.
Arteta is just...
And then when he stopped winning, he started getting sacked every year. yeah, exactly.
Which is great. So the shine is going to wear off real soon here because I will be stunned if this Arsenal team wins the title this year. But I'm less interested in talking about Arsenal and just their continuation of mundane bullshit from last year as this year. But Man United looked just like competent.
Yep.
Like, just good. Like just
and
a good team.
Way more watchable, which
yeah.
For the team that's on, the solo night game like every other fucking week, that's just great news for us. We get to watch something that's
neutral.
For the neutral and the product and the FPL, and it's just like, oh, there's a team that's not a complete joke. They, I thought Euro was really good. I thought Bumo and Cunha showed what they could do. I mean, the
whole back three was great.
Yeah, but Euro. I just thought Euro was like the standout. Yeah. But yeah, the back three was good. I mean, what do you think of Dorgu?
He's so tough because he's just gonna get it. He was playing out of position as you can imagine a defender playing. He was fucking playing wing the whole game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was Tom's question. He passed the eye test, played high up. What are your thoughts on Dorgu? It's just
it's the output. I just think is going to be so limited because he just puts his fucking stupid ass head down and jams the ball in. Whether he's shooting or passing, there's no finesse, there's no curl, there's no bend, there's nothing. It's just like I'm past my marker, so I'm just going to blast it into the zone. That's all he does. So, he's like Adama or something, like where it's like he's going to just put balls in and they're going to be easily cleared 99% of the time. So I just feel like his assist ceiling is like 5.
I think the dream you have to sell yourself on if you're a Dorgu guy or you want to bring him into your team or you already own him or whatever is like, maybe he's really good at shooting long distance, because it was not like he had that one strike where he hit the absolute tits off the ball, beat Raya, hit the post. Everyone was like, holy fucking shit. That's not the one that like told me the most. The one that told me the most was set piece, design play to get Dorgu shooting from 25 yards. And I was like, well, that was, in my opinion, very stupid. And I would not do that if I was the set play coach. But he must just be banging in 25 yarders in training all day, every day, or they're not running that. They're just never doing that. Yeah, so I'm like, there's a little shred of hope for, the Dorginians who are just like, maybe he'll just score 7 goals this year. And just like, that's his job.
I mean, 7? Are you kidding me?
I feel like 7 is a respectable number,
Okay. Yeah.
Like not a completely made up number. I'm not saying 10, but maybe he'll do something, and maybe they'll keep some cleans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you're definitely looking at them to keep some cleans. I mean, remember, this is a team.
But if Ugarte plays,
well, he's not. I mean, he'll
cleans
sub
go
on
out the
and be
window.
drunk. Yeah, he's just so drunk. But I mean, this is a team that just plays once a week all year. I mean, they haven't been that team for so long, and the training ground and all the shit, like they're gonna keep getting better all year. Like the shape is good, the personnel got a lot better. I mean, basically the other aspect too is, I mean, it's back to front. Like having Cunha and Bumo, they're just like threats. They're just dangerous, and they know how to find space, and they're competent, really good players. And you could just see it on display the whole time.
And the standout part of their game, I think that is maybe underrated. I feel like people don't treat this. Well, Mount was good, I thought. But what I was going to say is, I think people don't treat this as a skill, even though it's absolutely 1,000,000% a skill. Is just being a good outlet. Mm-hmm. And like Bumo was just open all the time.
So
and Cunha. I don't think, and Cunha was just open the other part of the time. And that is an absolute skill that makes the midfielder's job's easier, the wingback's job's easier, the center back's job easier, the keeper's job's easier. You can just launch them and they'll receive balls and they'll turn and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, they're dangerous. I think there was obviously a giant hole at the striker position where there was kind of no one ever in the box to like receive the cross, receive the cutback, etc.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how that develops because, I mean, we'll see with Šeško and how he beds in. But, I mean, I also put that a lot down to, I mean, one, they were playing Arsenal, which is obviously an elite defense. But I also feel like just the understandings and the partnerships, just they just got there. Like, those are the kind of things that I believe that because the names on the backs are like, they're really good, that they're going to just get, like, I feel like they don't need to play. Like, they could not have signed Šeško. I think they'd still be fine. Like, they're going to score their goals. Like, I think they could have like between 12 and 16 goals from like a few of these players if they just keep playing together,
I still think they need a striker. Like, at least historically, there are 2 guys who play off striker, and they don't play striker at all by themselves, and never really have. And I just felt like, because so much of what they do that's good is like build up, outlet, turn, beat a guy, whatever. I need someone in the box to hit it to, or I need someone in the box to make a diagonal run and take out a center back so I can shoot. And like, I just felt like those things weren't really lining up. But yeah, it was encouraging. I mean, it was like, in some ways, it was like the best loss that Manchester United could hope for, and like the ugliest possible win for Arsenal, which, they'll take all day. They don't, Arsenal fans don't give a shit about the quality.
What was I mean, Bruno is playing really, really far back, and we were seeing him. I mean, he teased with the 11 FCons, but I mean, I was like, I mean, the one thing
I was happy with it.
I was concerned about it with him because he wasn't on the TV screen a lot of times when they were getting in shooting positions. Yeah, which I remember in years past of owning him when he was playing in these more reserved roles of being like, how am I going to ever get points from this fucking guy?
Yeah.
Because he's not on the screen when they're in the box.
Yeah.
I did notice, though, I mean, it was the Arsenal game and a lot of things were being built from deep and with counterattacks. But I mean, when they did push up and they had sustained possession, then he was offering and showing.
Exactly. I think that, and like you said, it's Arsenal. It's their third hardest game of the season, you know, and he still created a lot of chances. He was one away from DEFCON. You know, obviously that he could win a pen at any time. I just thought, like, along with what you were saying, with like the understanding and seeing each other and understanding how each other will move. I mean, there was a lot of times because I was watching the game at a bar with Derek, who also owns Bruno, and so many times we're like, hit fucking Bruno, he's right there, he's making a fucking amazing run into the box, and they, you know, fucking Ugarte has to pass backwards to Kai instead of hitting Bruno, and it's just like, oh my god, kill me. But that should get better, you would assume, like that they will assume. They will watch the tape and Bruno will say, pass to me, you fucking idiots, you know, and but yeah.
One would assume this would occur.
One would assume that the coaching will see this and make this change. But
well, that's a seamless transition to talk about Paqueta, because
tell me about Pac.
I thought Paqueta was basically Bruno in Western clothing.
Yeah.
And he spoke the same language, but with a different accent from Brazil. I mean, this is like he was playing in the advanced role rather than he dropped back into the
DEFCON role.
Yeah, he dropped back into the DEFCON role after he subbed all the players. I mean, Potter, the fucking moron. But Paqueta's still fine, still good, still a good pick.
Still pens.
Still pens. I mean, there were just the understandings were missing. I think of just between him. Fulkrug was so bad. I mean, I think that the Western, you know, 5-alarm fire is slightly overblown because I still feel like they just have good players on the team.
Yeah.
And they do have some new guys that are coming through, and, you know, Potter has to work on the balance and figure out what it's going to look like. But I mean, the midfield engine room, I don't know why Frederick Potts was such an all-star in preseason. He just didn't get a second.
Got to get JWP in there. Simply
got to get JWP and Guido in, but I mean, Paqueta was just playing completely free role, like had no limitations.
Yeah,
the whole 11 was built around him doing whatever
as
he
wanted.
As it should be. And, you know, he definitely did not have his best game.
Do you see me? Hear me?
Yeah, I'm pinwheeling. You see me? We're back?
Yeah. I heard you. He did not have his best game, but I still hear you.
Yeah, he did not have his best game by any stretch. Like, he misplaced some forward passes, but I mean, he was creating everything. Like, everything was going through him.
Yeah.
So in a day where Bowen and Fulkrug are like a little bit more on it, like, I still feel like Paqueta at 6 million is just a really good pick, even if with the bad fixtures.
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard when
fully on that.
For those who are unaware, we spread our duty of which matches we're going to watch, because you can't watch 3 games or more at once. It's not a possible thing. I don't think any human can actually do that. But so I didn't have this game on as one of my games, and you did. But it's always surprising when you see a 3-0 and everyone in Discord is jerking into Sunderland and the Black Cats are back and Stadium of Light is buzzing. And then you watch the highlights and you're like, oh, they were just like 2 insane headers that probably shouldn't have gone in and a very savable third shot. Like, so what I'm trying to say is the story isn't, oh my God, Sunderland are actually good. The story is like, why didn't West Ham take advantage of a promoted side and basically play them even? And like, they started with some chances and Bowen had a couple chances and stuff. And then they just kind of like fell apart and couldn't generate any attack or control anything really. So I think I agree with you. I think it's shrewd and Paqueta is still a fine pick and he'll do the stuff and he'll get the pens. But yeah, I don't know, West Ham are a fucking weird fucking team. And Potter might get sacked. I mean, who knows? They're a mess. They're still Moyes' team. They're still just like a double-decker bus with mostly guys who can't pass.
That's the issue. I mean, the engine room is the issue.
They're so old.
They're old. Yeah, they're old, and the engine room is the issue. I mean, Fulkrug was probably the worst player on the pitch. JWP not far behind, and Guido Rodriguez, I don't even know what he does. I don't know what he does well.
I don't know either.
And, I mean, all of those things are so problematic that, like, to me with Paqueta, the biggest issue is if he does feel like, okay, I can't play any of these guys, I have to get him drop back deeper to just progress play and not do nothing, so that we're getting battered by a team like Sunderland, which is reasonable. So like if Paqueta comes out next game and is playing in the pivot next to, Souček, and he's just picking the ball up off the center backs, he's not a pick. Like then it's Tielemans all over again. Yeah. And he's just not a pick because they're not going to get enough pens. And, but I mean, Fulkrug being so bad on the outlet, I just play Callum, just play Callum.
He was also fucking old and injury prone. They're just like, the way they buy is just insane. They lose Kudus, they buy 33-year-old Callum Wilson. Like it's fucking crazy. Yeah, I think the one shining light for West Ham was Diouf, who had a shot saved off the line by Ballard. I mean, legitimately, that was in the net.
He was also so brain dead, wildly upfield when he shouldn't have been, and so bad playing defense. I'm okay with that as a fantasy pick, though. I mean, but I'm not okay with that as a fantasy pick if he plays Kyle Walker-Peters next game. Because that's what I was watching him. I'm just like, you're barely getting away with this against Sunderland. So how can you play against Chelsea? You can't. Right, you're going to get fucking 2 yellow cards in 20 minutes. So I would be really worried if I had Diouf, because I think he could get dropped for KWP any game.
That's a problem.
That's how I was kind of reading and watching. Yeah,
okay. That's scary because on highlights, the shots were good. But you don't actually get the full picture.
Yeah, you don't see the fouls and all the shit he was doing out of his. Yeah, but
I have a Chelsea. Speaking of Chelsea, I forgot I have a Chelsea stat for you that you'll love. Palmer received 4 passes in the entire second half.
That's good. You don't want to pass to your best player. You want to pass to. Yeah, you want to pass to the other players instead. That's the brief. Insane. That's the halftime brief.
Insane, man.
If you see Cole Palmer available offering, don't pass to him.
Don't pass him. Take the space.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. What else are we? Where else are we going here? It's so hard on game week 1. Yeah. It's like everyone's
Fulham were really blunt. Really blunt. They looked really bad.
Yep. Josh King was good.
Josh King was good. Yep. He was good. I think the Leeds Everton game we could maybe wrap up on that.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a good one to wrap up on. I mean, my main takeaway was, everyone was kind of going nuts on how bad Everton were, and my main takeaway was this is exactly how he wants them to play. To a T, this is how they play. The only thing was Beto couldn't win any of his duels, so they didn't have an outlet. But
yeah, but that's not like a but. They had no outlet the whole game, basically.
So that part of it, they obviously wish wasn't the case. But sitting
Jack's
deep,
going to be an outlet,
heading balls out from the box, letting Leeds have all the ball and all these crosses, and letting up actually no good chances. That's their bread and butter. I was just watching, being like, yeah, this is classic Everton. This is why Tarko's a DEFCON monster. They play like this every game, But I think they'll get better when, Barry's in and Jackson and, they have a fucking fullback in the squad, maybe.
But I think even for Everton, this was, look, they're not going to probably have an 11 as bad as this for the rest of the season.
No shot.
But even for Everton, it was a little bit excessive committing to the bit on those fronts.
It was extreme.
Right? It was extreme. They didn't have a shot attempt in the first half, I think, right?
That's correct, yeah.
So, and they're playing against the promoted side. The battering was extensive. I'm worried. I'm definitely worried about Everton. I have to say, I'm definitely worried about where the goals come from. Because this kid Barry, whatever, from fucking Spain or wherever the fuck they bought him from. If he's not good, they're fucked. Where do the goals come from? Seriously,
they'll probably get 7 from Beto and 7 from Barry or something like that, and
they're in trouble. If
Jack,
that's what it looks like,
McNeil and Dye,
they might each get 4. I think the goals, I look at the team and I'm like, where are the goals coming from? It's just put so much stress on the defense. Like, if they let up 2 goals in a game, they can never win that game.
Well, but they don't do that pretty much ever. They're
Yeah.
still a very good defense. Like that hasn't changed.
They typically don't. But I think it's just the margin is so thin. And if we're looking at Leeds and Sunderland as actually being competent, like exciting, pressing, some skill, like,
yeah,
Everton could get dragged in here. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, of course that's possible. I'm not trying to say that's not possible. And I do think on the other side of it, Leeds were very impressive. I thought their midfield was so good. The press was so good. They also lack goals. I'm not really sold on Perot, and they bought another kid like just now. I forget his name. I'm not sold on
DCL,
Daniel James. Well,
DCL?
but they also bought someone, I think. I'm just
DCL.
totally blanking on his name. No, someone other
Bought
than
him
DCL.
for $0.
No, that's someone other than DCL.
Free DCL.
I'm not sold on Daniel James. I'm not sold on Nanto either. I think they'll struggle in the goals department, but their defense looked good. Rodon looked good. The midfield I thought was really good. I definitely think they have a chance to stay up. But if I was going to rank teams who I think could go down, I think I would put Brentford, Wolves, and West Ham more likely than Everton for me.
Yeah, see, I don't think Brentford deserves to be on that list because I'm not as worried about them from the goal standpoint. Like, I feel like they have enough there. They have enough attacking firepower.
I mean, maybe. We've never seen Thiago play a game,
I just saw him play a game.
He had one shot.
There's more goals than the whole Everton team combined.
Yeah, but, I'm not that certain he's going to just match Vissa's 19 goals or whatever the hell.
Yeah. Wolves, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I think if anything, it's going to be a more interesting relegation battle this year.
For sure. That's for sure. These teams are way better than the last year's promoted sides. Not even close.
Yeah.
I also think West Ham are the most likely to just they'll have Dyche will be managing this team, or the equivalent of someone like Dyche, just panic crisis mode, and they just bring in someone who works well with a bus, and they are a fucking bus. They can't change all their players, so easier to change the manager.
Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see Dyche managing West Ham in January.
Yeah, totally.
All right.
Let me see if there's any other questions. I mean, Jimmy said after Gameweek 1, is there anyone that wasn't on your radar at all but is now? And then Admin said, what do we really know now that we didn't before Gameweek 1? I mean, probably not anyone that we didn't already talk about, right?
Well, I also mentioned want to shout Pisshair. Like, I think he's just
Gordon
such
is a fucking good pick.
He's just such a good pick.
Absolutely.
7.5. I feel like he's going to retain pens whether they get Wissa or Ndot. Like, we're talking about strikers who aren't penalers.
Yeah.
Barnes is fucking trash. Like, I think Gordon looked really good in the game.
It's 7 shots.
7 shots. Yeah, like, he looked really good. He just didn't do the thing, but he looked really good. So I'm very, very interested in getting.
Also, Gordon is also on the the non-trackable list of like wide open for a tap in, but Alonga took the shot instead of sliding into him. Which is
fucking sucks ass. Yeah.
No, I think Alonga overall was good, but that moment was insanely bad, and that doesn't show up on any stat sheet. There's no stat for would have been 0.8 xG tap in, but he has it for whatever that's worth.
He has a bad teammate, so yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. And then
he was on the radar, but yeah, the question was if someone was not on your radar before.
Oh, not on the radar.
I think Bobb is probably the one bobbining because I kind of forgot he existed.
Oscar, not Sanchez.
And then just watching him, I was like, holy shit. I think also
he was
Bobb was insanely good. It was crazy.
Yeah.
He was crazy good. I think Achimpong also. I mean, the window still has a couple weeks, but
and they have 50 players. But he was fucking good. Yeah,
he didn't have to do a ton, but he was fine. And they don't have the best center backs over there at Chelsea, so at 4 million, I mean, you could be cooking with something there, but I think that we have to wait a few weeks till the window closes on
Yeah,
that,
I'll
right?
throw Kudus in there as well. I mean, obviously
Sure.
he's on many people's radar. He's like one of the most
I
owned players
didn't
in the
consider
game.
him at all.
We talked about him very little of like, yeah, I like him. He could work out, but like it did seem like everything kind of just went through him. It's just like find him, he'll be the outlet, and he's gonna put 6 crosses in per game.
That's my concern is that he's crossing.
Yeah. But like, if they between Dom and Rich ride the hot hand and just get some finishes and maybe he'll get some goals. I'm not saying I'm bringing him in, but
no, yeah.
My eyes are open now. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe Kudus will be, be good.
Like I see
maybe
how
Frank
it could work.
Maybe Frank can turn him into a Bumo and he'll just like do stuff and be good.
That's possible.
Super Hands, what would it take for you to start 3-4-0 defenders every week? Rodon, Alderete, and I don't know, someone else.
Steve.
Or Achimpong, or it's not the worst thing in the world.
No, I just don't think that we need the money that badly. Like all the premiums are fucking bad. Like Palmer sucks. Saka doesn't have pens and just is a winger. So what do we need all this money for? I don't think that you're squeezing that much juice out
but
of
you
it.
could turn, one of your midfielders into Bruno, or you could turn a forward into aforementioned Ollie, who's just going to farm points. Like there's always upgrades to be made. But yeah, I mean, need a little bit more data before we're just saying, oh, Rodon's just a start every week. Great pick. Like, I mean, let's calm down a little bit here.
I mean, I think another thing, I mean, I didn't watch this was the game I did not watch, was the Spurs Burnley game, but like Steve getting 8 things, like I was under the assumption that whenever Burnley played a game, he's going to get 12 or something.
Yeah.
Like he's going to automatically get the 10 DCs.
Especially when they get dominated mostly.
Yeah. I mean, they were fucking under the cosh the whole game, basically. So, I mean, maybe that might be a game state thing, or like the way Spurs were like not crossing and they were doing more possession.
Dude, they crossed a lot. It just ended up on a Spurs head and a Spurs foot instead of a Burnley foot. It's a fucking piss take. Yeah.
But so like that's the kind of thing. Like if you're going to be doing like an Steve thing every week, you better be getting those 2 free points. 75% of the game weeks, and we don't have enough information or data yet to tell if that's happening or not. But yeah, I mean, we need things like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's still, I mean, we already hammered this home. There's just not that many midfielders that got it. There's not that many defenders that got it. And yes, it's only 1 week, but I mean, it just tells me a little bit about the stat itself, where it's like, even when possession is 70-30 or if possession is 50-50, both teams have the same quantity of possessions. They just have different times with the ball, if that makes sense. Right. So it's like there's only a limited number of cons that can be deft. So, I don't know. It's what it is. A couple of sit starts here. Jeff said, do I sit start Dubravka or Quevening? So Dubravka's home Sunderland, Queeve is home Villa.
I mean, that's why I'm bench boosting this week.
I didn't know that. Spoiler alert. I do not know who to start there.
We're out here bench boosting.
I'm leaning Queeve, honestly. I do not think Dubravka's a good start this week.
Do you know who I think is maybe one of the worst center backs that I've ever seen play?
Tell me more.
Sepp Vandenberg.
Legend. Liverpool legend.
He's bad. He's really bad.
He's found himself in a position where he's just nailed. And I think he's worse than Ayer and way worse than Pinnock.
Way worse than Pinnock.
And he's just
I'm not sure about Ayer. Never loved Ayer.
And I didn't love Ayer, but he's okay.
Yeah. He's terrible. Sepp Vandenberg is terrible. He's terrible. It's crazy.
So which one are you picking?
I would probably Queeve, yeah. I would probably start Queeve.
X50, similarly, Dubravka or Sells at Palace?
Probably Sells.
I'm going Sells. I'm low on Dubrav. Low on Burnley, low on Dubrav.
Burnley are such a joke.
Sunderland are going to win and score, I expect. And then the last one is Diouf, home Chelsea, or Porro, away City.
Porro easily.
It's got to be Porro by a mile.
Yeah, it's not
by
close.
a mile.
That one's not close.
By a mile. Okay, yeah, we'll pick up more questions and we'll do maybe some lifestyles and we'll talk more about like captain and all that shit. That's the kind of stuff we do on the Thursday pod. Also, I think Thursday Palace is playing, fucking Friedrichsland or whatever the hell. So maybe something. What's their name?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
It's something like that.
All this. Okay, I hope it's Friedrichsland.
It's Fredrikstad. Okay, I was pretty close. Maybe it's
that's like a
land.
fucking street.
Yeah,
street has a team.
I don't know. Yeah, Fredrikstad FK. So maybe more transfer window, and we'll go over that on Thursday. Let me slap many asses. Thank you so much for signing up. New people on the Discord, new people on the Patreon. Andrew Smith, Seth Lapthorne, Toby McKay, Brian, Chris Nichols, Steven Alsabrook, Aaron Dalton, Caleb Smith, Tyler Hansen, Zaz, Sam Stana, Andrew Weingand, Bobby Bertagna, Ben Bross, Jesse Yap, Kyle Dewey, Tim Goen, Will Bradbury, Hugh Bigley, The Pasty Pirlo, Seabiscuit, Donnie Despin, Antonio and Emil Svensson, Sean Claridge, Stan, HW, Alistair, Nicklin, James Bishop, Saman Kapal, and Jack Sooner. Stop it, baby! Get in there. Holy. That's a fucking list.
That's a good list. Good list.
Any last words, my man?
I'm tired.
Yeah, we're doing a late night one here. We're doing a late night.
And I all I can think about is Reindeers just rent free. It's fucked. Reindeers.
I'm just imagining Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer just running circles
around in my skull, my bald fucking fraudulent skull.
Oh, he's disgusting. Good. He's fucking good.
He's good.
He was insane in that game.
I just keep looking at Jorginho, EVE in parentheses A. After what I just saw today, I'm just like, he's going to get eaten up by Tarko and he's going to do nothing.
I just hope he starts.
Ruder, dude, of course he's going to start.
I mean,
you're nuts with that. That's something else.
Yeah,
then I also see Palmer, and I'm just like, holy shit.
When's he going to score next?
I'm a fucking idiot.
But he plays West Ham.
Immovable object versus force that can't move or whatever the thing is. That's
stoppable force versus a movable object.
It's bad. It's a bad
situation.
It's
bad. It's ugly. It's stinky.
This is the other thing I was rationalizing. Is like I save, and then the delta between how little points Jorginho scores to whatever huge amount of points Reindeer scores, I will mitigate that by bench boosting because I'll get like 5 points.
Right. What's your bench for the bench boost? Dubrav?
It's obviously. Home Sunday. Rodon. At Arscast, guaranteed to get two BAPs.
Yeah, okay.
Alderete at Dubrav.
Oh, that's a fucking haul if I've ever seen one. I'm obsessed with Omar Alderete, for those who don't know at home.
And then Josh King, home Mun.
Oh my God, you're going to fucking fly. You're going to explode.
I mean, I might get 8 points off it. Like, if I got 8 points off that, I'd be like, deal. I would shake your hand and deal on that.
Shake your hand. I can't bench boost because I have a player who plays for Millwall on my team.
Yeah. Yeah, like that bench boost should definitely at least make me saving for Jorginho to not get the extra points on Reindeers, right?
I'm not quite following that logic. I'd like you to marinate on that and present it to me again on Thursday because I don't understand.
I will do that on Thursday.
Okay. Any last words?
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Check us out at FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL. Sports page.com/FMLFPL. Subscribe, rate, review, and cheer.